We're going inside this high-security warehouse here in Germany that holds arguably China's most important economic weapon.
Rare earth metals that go into everything from your phone to jet engines.
To get a sense for how much value here is, it's about 35 million euros worth of material inside this room.
This German company trades in these critical resources, but since April 2025, they're not getting more supplies out of China. In the wake of US tariff announcements, China restricted rare earths exports to the rest of the world, giving the country leverage over all kinds of industries, including weapons manufacturing.
To understand why China can press Europe and the United States on these materials, we need to go back in supply chains.
China not only dominates the mining for these resources, but the country also hosts most separation and refining capacities, and is the leader in making so-called permanent magnets from rare earths. Magnets that go inside motors and allow electricity to move things.
The whole world economy really relies on these magnets from China, and if you stop exporting those, it will be felt across the globe.
And that's what happened in April 2025. China introduced new restrictions on exports, which requires buyers to tell Chinese authorities what the materials would be used for.
We can't do that with some of our customers, either because their production isn't for civil use, or other customers don't want to disclose their trade secrets to that extent.
Major car makers in the US, Europe and India say they've been facing production issues due to the Chinese restrictions. Rare earths are actually a group of 17 different elements, and they can be found in many places around the world. But they're rarely found in concentrations that make them viable for extraction.
So not all rare earths are extremely rare, but this is terbium oxide. It's very rare. It looks like cocoa powder, but it goes into these engines of electric cars, makes them heat resistant.
One of the main sources for terbium is Myanmar, where Chinese companies source a lot of their rare earth supplies. Militias backed by China operate many of the mines in Myanmar. They sell the minerals to Chinese companies, which import them to the mainland for processing.
And then the most difficult part is isolating the rare earths from each other, because they have quite similar characteristics. So that's a very kind of dirty process because you need all kinds of chemicals and so on.
And after that comes the production of the industry critical magnets, a process some experts say China's decades ahead on in innovation. The United States is now racing to secure its own supplies of rare earths.
But a long-term solution will require Western economies to massively invest in mining and refining.
Because the cheap prices that China offers have had industries around the world hooked onto its products.